Hi everyone, I am Nishant and in this demo I will walk you through how Qlik Replicate can be used to replicate data from MySQL source to the Snowflake target. So here I will be covering three topics. One will be filtering the data, second will be transforming where I will be adding a new column into the target schema, and third will be the full load plus CDC operations. So I will open the Qlik Replicate window. So here first step will be to create a new task. So for creating it you need to click on this plus new task option. It will open a window for you. Now you need to give the task name. I will be giving pipeline here. You can give the description load data from MySQL to Snowflake. Now replication profile should be unidirectional because I am loading data in one way, means from MySQL to the Snowflake. I am not updating them in sync. It is something that data is flowing into just one direction. Again, for task operation, my options checked are full load and apply changes. So full load means that we are loading entire data into the target DB, and apply changes means that whenever we are doing any changes in the source, that changes will get reflected in the target as well. Now we will click on OK. Now we need to create the source and target endpoints. To do so, we do have a option manage endpoint connections. Just click on it, and to create a new endpoint you need to click on the press new endpoint connection. Since I have already created the MySQL source and target Snowflake, so I will just click on MySQL. I will show you. So for the source we need to select the role as source and the type of database. So it is MySQL here. Then give all the rest details and click on test connection. Once the connection is successful, then you can save and close the change. Same to create the target endpoint, you need to give the role as target, select the type of database, give all the Snowflake details, and then test the connection. So this is also successful. Then click on close. Once you are having two endpoints created, then you need to drag these endpoints to the main task. So now either you can drag and drop it here, or you can hover on to the endpoint and you can see that one arrow is there. Just click on that arrow, it will automatically give that endpoint to the task. Again, for Snowflake target, I will click on that Snowflake target endpoint. So both source and target are on my task now. Now my next step will be to select the tables which are there in the source DB. To do so, we do have option table selection. Click on table selection. Then you can search the table either with the schema and table name, or you can just give the schema name and click on search. It will list all the tables which are there inside this particular schema. Since we will be using all the tables, just click on these double arrows and it will select all the tables. Then click on OK. In selected tables, you can see all the 9 tables are showing, and you can see the count of table as well. Now we will run the job. You will first save the job and then run the job to see what all databases are there. But first in Snowflake I will show you that sales is already present. So I will drop this schema and refresh it now. So now there is no sales schema. Now I will run the job. The data load has been started and you can see in this chart that 8 are completed. Now all 9 are completed. You can see here the table names and whatever counts and at what time they are loaded. Now we will move on to the Snowflake target. You can see again the sales schema is created here, and you can see that all the tables has been created. I will just query one table to show that it is having the data now. So this is having the data now. So this is the full load operation where we have loaded all the entire tables data into the target schema. Now we will be going on to our first operation, that is filtration. So for doing so, we will first stop the job. So it is a best practice to stop a job and then only do the changes and then rerun the job. So now the task is stopped. Click on the designer window to do any changes. Now for this demo, we will be targeting the customers table. So I will do all operations on this customer tables to show all the operations. I will just click on this table. Now this table setting option will be enabled. Just click on that. For doing the filter operation, click on filter tab, and then here you need to put the filter condition. So in the source, if I query the table, I can see these many columns are there. So we will target this country column where we are having country from different alphabets. So for this filtration one, we will be putting filter on this country column. Just select that and then click on this arrow button. It will be populated here. Now we need to give the range. So range means that whatever filter you want to give. So here I am giving the filter between. So between means that from which alphabet to which alphabet you want data should be filtered. So from A to N. Now it will filter all the data which is there from A to N and it will load them into the target. Just click on OK. Yes. Save these changes. Now click on so before running this job, I will make sure to check what is the count of the data in the source right now. As you can see, the source data is 94. Again, I will go back to the target and here I will be dropping this schema. Now I can see that sales schema is no more available. Now I will go back to the job and click on run, reload target. So our load is completed now. Here you can see for customer tables count, the transferred count is showing as 56, but we have seen that in source table the count was 94. Now we will go on to the Snowflake target. We can see that all the tables are available here now. Just click on the count star from the customers table. You can see the count is 56. So whatever count was showing here, that same count was loaded into the Snowflake. But in the source, the initial count was 94. If you will query this table, then you can see that whatever countries we are having in our Snowflake that are starting from between A and N, they can't, the country name cannot start after the N alphabet. So you can see here, it is up till N. So now, since this filtration is done, again I will pause the job and this time I will be demonstrating the transform operation. So for transformation, I will be adding a new column into the target table. So again I will take the same table, customers, go on to the design window. Now select the customer table. Now again this table setting icon is enabled. Click on it, click on transform. So right now we are having these many columns in the source and target. But now I will add a new column and I will give the name to this column as updated timestamp. Since it is a time, I will be making date time variable. Now I need to give the expression to this from where it will be taking this date. So for that, click on fx. Now here in this first option you need to give the expression which it will be giving the output. So for current timestamp we have a SQL function current timestamp. Click on path expression. Okay, there is no error. Now click on text expression. So you can see that today's timestamp is highlighted here. Click on OK. Current timestamp. Okay. So that new column is added into the target schema. Click on OK, then yes, save these changes and then again reload the target. So earlier we have queried this table. So we last column was facts and here we don't have any updated timestamp column. Now we will wait for this operation to complete. It is completed now. We will go back to the target, query it again. Now you can see that updated timestamp column is populated here. So this is how we have added a new column into the target schema. So now we will be focusing on the CDC operation that are insert, update and delete. So for doing them, what I will do, I will be inserting a new record into the source database in that customers table. So right now I will be adding this niche entry into the source. So I will query it first here in the target to show that no entry is available. So there is no entry for this. I will run this insert query now. It is successful. Now going back to the Qlik Replicate. Now since this is a part of CDC, so we need to click on change processing option. So now here you can see that one insert is showing and you can check here in tabular form also that okay, one insert has been done for this customers table. Now we will go back to the target and query this query again. You can see now one record is populating here. So whatever insertion we has done in the source database, that is reflected in the target database. So this is the how insert works. Now we will try to update the same record. So here the company name was ABC Limited. Now we will change that company name to XYZ Limited. Just execute the query. Go to the Qlik. Now wait for some time until it is doing that operation. You can see that for sales customer, now one more entry is coming for the update column. And in graph also we can see that update and insert operation are done. So this insert was the previous one because I haven't paused the job. So it is like showing all the operations done from the starting. So now going back to the Snowflake, running this job again, here you can see company name was ABC Limited. Now it has changed to XYZ Limited. So this is how update operation works in Qlik Replicate. Now we will perform the delete operation. To do so, we will just delete this record from the source. Going to the Qlik Replicate. So here you can see for customers table, one more entry is coming for delete. In graph also it is represented. Now going back to the Snowflake table, we will query for this record. So now this record is no more available in the target. So this is how the CDC operations work in the Qlik Replicate. So that's it for this demo. Thank you.